into PFF TV. Shannon Ford alongside Killicam Mellor here to talk about everyone's favorite topic, the college football Heisman race. We're going to talk about some staples, we're going to talk about some up-and-comers, some newbies, so let's just get right to it. Right off the bat, we got to talk about LSU quarterback Joe Burrow. This guy has been dominant. He dominated Texas and then put on a passing clinic against Northwestern State. He's solid inside a clean pocket. He's solid under pressure as well. I mean, what's not to like?
He's unleashed many big-time throws. He's already almost to the point of as many touchdowns as he had all of last season through 3 games. The Texas performance vaulted him to the top of the list, and his performance against Northwestern State does nothing but just keep him atop the list right now. He is the pinnacle of quarterbacks, not only in college football, but for the Heisman race at this point. It is a quarterback-driven country and a quarterback-driven sport, essentially. Burrow leading the way and leading this LSU offense to new heights. He's grasped the scheme perfectly. He is the nation's leader. He's the highest-rated quarterback on passes targeted, 10 or more yards down the field, highest completion percentage, and most big-time throws. So we do love what Burrow's been able to do. The road gets a little tough, though, coming up for Burrow, so we'll see what happens in the true litmus test as they get into SEC play. But Burrow, right now, QB1, Heisman race, #1 as well.
Solid. All right. Lincoln Riley, I think in this Heisman race, is looking to go for the hat trick with Jalen Hurts as his quarterback at Oklahoma. He had Baker Mayfield, then Kyler Murray. Enter Jalen Hurts, who has been solid from a clean pocket and then also has made some darts downfield.
Yeah, so this would be his biggest trick yet. Lincoln Riley turning in Jalen Hurts into this Heisman winning quarterback. He was massive. He only had 2 losses as a starter at Alabama, but he was not this downfield thrower that we've seen so far. He's finding a lot of open receivers. The scheme at Oklahoma has schemed them open, but Hurts has found them more often than not. A perfect passer rating from a clean pocket. That is what you love to see. That is stable week in, week out, game in, game out, even quarter in, quarter out, and going as granular as down in and down out. Jalen Hurts can find these open receivers when kept clean. They don't face very many stout defenses, and they won't until they maybe play Texas, but we've seen what Joe Burrow was able to do against Texas. We do like that matchup kind of pitting together Burrow versus Hurts right now because they are 1 and 2 for the Heisman race. So love to see what Hurts will be able to do against Texas at that point. But Lincoln Riley, if he does come through with this trick to give Jalen Hurts a Heisman, 3rd transfer quarterback in a row, Lincoln Riley then deserves not only a permanent spot in New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony, he deserves to go back onto Baker's, Kyler, and then ultimately Jalen Hurts' Heisman Trophy and etch his name on the bottom there. So Lincoln Riley turning into this maybe potentially best offensive coach in college football.
Yeah, no doubt there. All right, let's move to a running back, Zach Moss out of Utah. He's interesting to me. When you look at his carries week over week, in week 1 he had 30 carries for 185 yards, 120 yards after the catch, which is amazing. Week 3, 10 carries, only 10 carries, 106 yards. So 30 carries, 185 in week 1, then week 3, 106 yards. What is this guy doing well week over week?
He simply does not go down. So 10 carries to get to 100 yards, that 100-yard plateau is something that is often, a casual fan will look at and say, oh, he got 100 yards, that's great. On 10 carries, it's ridiculous.
It's insane.
He's forcing missed tackles at an alarming rate at this point. The PFF college record is a forced missed tackle per carry on 32% of your carries. Right now, Moss, well over 50% of his carries, he's forcing a missed tackle on. This is absurd. He gets to go up against a little bit tougher defenses. They played Idaho State last week. Tougher defenses coming up here. We'll see if it happens, but at this point right now, he is well on pace to set the PFF college record for most missed tackles forced per carry. So this is efficient, down in, down out, running the ball, and that Utah offense runs through him with a little bit of Tyler Huntley sprinkled in.
A little bit of Tyler Huntley. Let's talk about this guy. Quarterback, also on our list of Heisman watch. This guy has 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 41 completions for 590 yards this season.
He doesn't have to throw the ball too
Hello,
often.
Utah.
Yeah, hello, Utah. Best defense in the country, maybe even one of the better combos in terms of quarterback, running back. Huntley, Moss, both getting their spots on the Heisman rankings right now. Huntley, though, maybe not necessarily seen as this downfield thrower. He completes 3 for 3 downfield, 20 yards or more, 156 yards, 3 touchdowns. Huntley proving that he can throw the ball downfield, and he'll have to likely make a few plays if they want to win the Pac-12 this season. But Huntley right now is just this dynamic guy. He's accurate, doesn't have a lot of attempts, but he doesn't have a lot of incompletions. He is the leader in the country. 90% of his passes have been deemed catchable. Those numbers only mean good things for him going forward.
Yeah, speaking of completions, he only needed 17 attempts to go 257 yards against Idaho State. So that Zach Moss, Tyler Huntley combo is deadly.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch as they get into Pac-12 play.
All right, the last guy we're going to talk about on this list is Skylar Thompson, quarterback out of Kansas State. Again, hello, Kansas State.
Hello, Kansas State. Hello, Skylar Thompson. Right
Hello.
now, the highest graded quarterback in the country is Skylar Thompson from Kansas State.
Not Tua.
Not Tua. Not
Skylar.
Joe Burrow even. Skylar Thompson, a mere tenth of a grade point above Joe Burrow at this point. Thompson does not have nearly the amount of passes, though, however, Kansas State does not pass the ball too often. Skylar Thompson, though, all he does is win at this point. All he does is unleash big-time throws, and when he does throw the ball, they're awesome. They're highly graded attempts, and he's limiting turnover-worthy plays with the best in the country. Thompson, though, they go into Mississippi State. They defeat Mississippi State in Starkville. Over 100 degrees at kickoff this game. Favored Mississippi State. Skylar Thompson goes in, and they just win. So Kansas State is a team to watch in the Big 12. They do not get a lot of stout defenses similar to Oklahoma, so Skylar Thompson has a chance to put up some big numbers with Malik Knowles on the outside.
All right, so pay attention to Skylar Thompson. Yes, he sits on top of quarterbacks here on our Heisman watch, and like we said, Tua sits on the bottom of that list. We didn't even talk about Tua. Don't worry, Alabama fans, he's not in trouble. He's just the last of the best.
The last of the best, which
For
is
now, it's
quite
week 3.
the list to be on.
It's week 3.
It's week 3.
All right, so head to PFF.com to get the full list by our guy, Killicam. We'll see you later.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.